Those were the main two reasons why I did not join PwC. Point 5, the final point, why did I not join PwC? PwC is one of the big 4 companies. Hello techies, good evening, welcome back to the channel. My name is Krishna. I am a big data tester and I share technical content and IT related content every Thursday at 7 p.m. So stay tuned. Today I am going to talk about why did I reject PwC offer of 40 lakhs. So let's get started. So you must all be thinking that why did I reject PwC? PwC is one of the big 4 companies, and why did I reject PwC offer, which is of 40 lakhs? So everybody must be stunned, saying that why did he reject a 40 lakh offer? So I'll divide this video in 5 points. So point 1 is why did I apply? Since I already have a big data testing role which I joined recently, why did I apply? The first point. The second point is what was the actual role? Third point, how was the process and the interview process? How did it happen? Fourth point, confirmation and offer letter. Fifth point, why I did not join. So first point is why did I apply is because to understand the market after few months of time, I always apply into different companies and see how the different questions are and what is the market rate that is running. To understand the market and to understand their questions, in every few months I apply and take interviews to understand that. So those who are taking mentorship from me or those who are asking questions, so that I can answer their questions with authentic information. So that is why I do this. And people drink and they drive fast, they do many different kind of activities to get excitement. So this is something when I apply, even if I get rejected, that is also a kick for me, or if I get selected, that is again a kick for me. So the process itself is a amazing journey for me. So I apply into multiple companies and attend interview. So this was the first reason, for the first point, why did I apply. Coming on to the second point, what was the role? The role, as you all know, that I'm a big data tester. So this was a big data testing role with Python. So Python was additional for me. So third one, what was the process and what all different levels and stages of interview that happened? There were 2 technical rounds of interview and 1 HR round in this whole process of getting offer from PwC. So the first round of interview was basically, there were 2 interviewers who joined the meeting, and then it happened for around 1 hour or little less than 1 hour. So obviously it started with in my introduction, and then mostly the questions, so I know this was a big data testing role, but most of the questions were from ETL and data warehouse and BI testing roles. So all these questions were asked, and a very specific point was focused on my project. What are the tools I have worked on? What are the challenges that I have faced while working, and how did I tackle it? All those technical questions were asked, SQLs were asked, and my experience on test strategies, what I will be using to tackle the problems. And now see, there were 2 interviewers. So you may think that since I have so much experience around giving more than 200 plus interviews, but it's not like that. Even I get tensed. My hands and legs shiver when I give interviews. Sometimes I do sweat. So it is normal for everyone. Just because I have given so many interviews doesn't mean I am so experienced that I don't make mistakes. I do make mistakes. I do get tensed. But the only difference between me being experienced is I don't show the the scariness or the fear in front of the interviewers. So if you all want a separate video on how do I deal with interview pressure or interview fever, so please comment and I will make a separate video on how I deal with this situation, and with my experience, if I can guide you, so that will be very helpful for me and will be helpful for you all. So please comment if you want to get a video on how do I manage interviews. And in the first round, there were some questions with relate to Hadoop and Hadoop architecture, and since I'm already working on big data, so the project architecture of that, but was also asked. The second round was also an experienced person or architect or someone joined. He gave me the introduction of himself, then I was interviewed. So here the main focus was mostly on process related and Python related and big data related. So here they didn't ask the same data warehouse or ETL testing question. They did initially, they will ask obviously how much experience do I have on multiple tools that I've worked on. Since I worked on IBM Data Stage, I worked on Informatica, so all these tools they asked. And since they're looking for a lead role, so basically a test lead role, so they were looking for how do I make test plan, how do I make test strategies, and how do I deal with clients on multiple scenarios. So scenario based questions were also asked, and my experience on Python. So since I don't have much experience on Python, I did study a little bit on Python, and so I could explain a little bit on what I have done and with the team what I have done. So that was convincing for them, although they were not expecting a very high class Python from me, as initially in my resume itself it says basic Python, so they did not expect a lot of Python. So although I'm learning Python, so maybe in future when I give interviews, so I'll be better in Python. These were some of the questions that were asked in the round 2. So everyone must be excited by now, saying that so the final round, since I said in the initial phase, like this was a 3 rounds interview where 2 rounds of technical and 1 round of HR. So everyone must be waiting for the main HR round. So here before the HR round, they called me to confirm, saying that yes, both the rounds are over and can we have the HR round. So and then in the HR round, mostly obviously for an experienced person, mostly it will be a salary negotiation and work-life balance and different amenities, and how soon can I join, all those things were asked in the HR round. And then they gave me an offer of saying buyback if they can buy back me from the other company where my notice period is high. So so there I had to mention some of the things which may not be very correct, but yes. So and after the negotiation, my number was 40 lakhs and their number were little low, and after all the negotiations we stopped at 38, and they were ready to offer me 38 lakhs. And then I was selected, and then the offer letter was released, and then since there was no joining date mentioned in the offer letter, they delayed it. So point 5, the final point, why did I not join PwC? PwC is one of the big 4 companies. Why did I not join? So I was willing to join PwC, but the first main clause was this was not a direct company call from PwC. It was a contract call, which a contract company was calling me. And then I was supposed to be a contract employee for PwC and a permanent employee for some contract company. So since this was one of the biggest reason for me not to join PwC, and the second main reason was although I was selected, it was finalized, but the joining date was not finalized. Since the joining date was delayed for about 2 weeks, they didn't inform me, although they used to call me to since the good engineer is selected, so obviously the HRs will call and always keep taking feedbacks, or always keep giving some information so that they don't disconnect with the candidate. So they do this, and then they continue doing it, but for 2 weeks they didn't confirm my joining date. So on the 3rd week when they called, I did not pick their call, because I have my rule saying that when I was looking for something, they didn't give me. Now they want me, let them beg, steal, borrow, or whatever they want, let them do. So those were the main 2 reasons why I did not join PwC. This is a simple advice from my side. Also, you should have some ethics, you should have some rules for yourself, saying that yes, these are my ethics, these are my rules. I don't break these principles just for the sake of getting money. So always have these values inside you. One of the most important thing is when you decide a number, saying that this is a number I'm looking for as an offer letter. So make sure don't give all the power in their hands. Have some power and some credibility, saying that if you tell a number, say for example, initially most of you must be 2 or 3 years of experience who are watching me, or if you're students, so understand the market value, understand the skill set that you have, and proportionately ask a value. And then to some extent, please allow them to negotiate, and to some extent be flexible with their saying, and do not always get dragged away by what they say. Obviously they don't say everything as the truth, it's not everything what they are telling the truth. And do not always stick to your number, saying that yes, don't be so stubborn saying that I want this number. So don't go by numbers, understand the market price, understand your skill set, and proportionately ask for a value. and if your interview is very good, they will always offer you whatever your ask is, or maybe close to that. So be flexible in that. Always abide by your ethics, abide by your principles. Do not compromise on that, because eventually this is what will keep you happy, not the number or not the package that you take, but what the ethics you have, the principles that you have, that will actually keep you happy and always motivated to continue progressing on the path that you want to progress. So I am very much happy if you have watched the video till now. Thank you for watching. And last time I had a live session and it was really impressive, and I got a very good response from everyone. If you are still looking for a live session with me, please comment in the comment box you want a live session. So if the comments are high, and I will, in the live session, I will take your personal questions and try to answer with whatever scenario you are going through, and I will try to help, because I get a lot of requests, a lot of messages on LinkedIn and other social media handles. I cannot answer all your questions, sorry for that. I know you are your love, your support is very much helpful for me, but please understand that even I am working, I have other commitments also, so I may not be answering all your questions by social media. So if you are looking for a live sessions, please comment as live sessions. I will plan a live session which will be free of cost, and I will try to answer all your questions with whatever experience that I have, whatever knowledge that I have. I'll be happy if you get any additional value from my videos and from my knowledge and skill set. Thank you for watching the video, and see you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Please follow me on LinkedIn and other social media handles. Thank you. Bye bye.